For those of you that had Elon Musk beefing with a Russian warlord on your bingo card for 2024, looks like you guys get your payday. But for the rest of us, we just get to be confused. I'm Paul, U.S. Army combat veteran. Let's talk about this incredibly bizarre story. Okay, so Ramzan Kadyrov, we covered earlier this week, posted a video in which he was flaunting his newly gifted Cybertruck, it's an electric vehicle in the United States it depends on who you ask. But it looks weird. Looks like something from a 90s video game. But he definitely showed some pictures of him driving it around his presidential palace in Chechnya with a machine gun mounted to the back of it. And he certainly was super into it. Now, things got weirder with this story. And why? Well, it's because a journalist named Seth Abramson, who claims to be writing from the New York Times and his own Substack, points out the same thing I did. He says, Elon Musk just gave a convocation at West Point, but he says, is Musk providing vehicles ready for military use to sanctioned enemies of America? Why isn't this the biggest story in America today? Why is West Point coddling a man working openly against the U.S.? This is, of course, sort of a partisan take. And again, the difference between me and him is I'm like, yo, it's possible that the Russians are circumventing sanctions, and Elon Musk never really provided this Cybertruck, that it was obtained through some kind of shell company or shell purchase. Of course, and the concerns remain the same. Elon Musk has a lot of government contracts. Again, this is someone who was invited to speak at West Point. This is not someone who can violate U.S. sanctions on one hand and receive robust U.S. government, including DoD contracts, on the other. And of course, Elon Musk weighing in on this, saying, "Are you seriously so demonetized word that you think I donated a Cybertruck to a Russian general? That's amazing." Indeed, I don't think that's possible. But then he goes, yet another example of how much the legacy media lies. Again, I think that it is troubling and that it is worthy of an investigation, given that you have a Cybertruck getting to Ramzan Kadyrov fairly quickly and with fairly little drama. This should not be possible. And because the Cybertruck it's a vehicle, it's got a VIN number. It presumably has those like software updates that Tesla pushes. They should be able to learn a lot about how it got in his hands. It's pretty embarrassing for the United States and its sanctions regime. Again, if you're a journalist and you take Kadyrov at his word, I don't know what to tell you, especially if you're a lawyer. I've heard, it's been rumored on this channel, maybe we've come across it a time or two, that Russia sometimes just lies through their teeth. And Kadyrov is an idiot. So he may not even know he's lying. Maybe one of his lackeys was like, Elon Musk totally gifted you this guy. Boss, Elon sent you a note. In Russian, it says, thanks, hearts and kisses, Elon, right? Like, never underestimate the ability of staff to delude someone in charge. But again, here's where things get really weird. Elon Musk raging about this, but here's the problem. Kadyrov's own image as a well-connected, rich, tough guy depends on having friends that are other rich, powerful people. And so he needs Elon Musk to be his friend because he already staked it out, right? This is like saying, oh, yeah, guys, I'm best friends with Brad Pitt, man. He and I are gonna hang out like tonight. We're gonna grab beers, and then Brad Pitt goes, "I've never met you, and you're a weirdo, right?" Now I'm embarrassed, and I have to be like, we have a beef, man. What? I'm so hurt. That's what Kadyrov is doing right now. He's saying, Elon. He actually put it out, I think, in a video. He said, Elon, your Starlink systems are, quote, absolutely fire for use in Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Right? Now, Kadyrov added, special thanks for the Starlink. The connection speed in the SVO, the Special Military Operations Zone, is absolutely fire. Special respect from the fighters. Now, I point this out. We have seen a lot of evidence of Russian forces using Starlink, again, likely circumventing sanctions. But it's not clear, again, that this is something that is done deliberately by Elon Musk, again, that would jeopardize his entire DoD contracts. But it is like not a great look for Russia to be using this tech. And we know that Ukraine uses it all the time. And Ukraine, we've raised a ton of money for Starlinks because they enable Ukrainian forces on the front lines to talk to their drones, to coordinate their efforts here, right? They can communicate with their higher headquarters. It's an incredibly effective system. And it's understandable why Russia absolutely wants their own version of it. But this is also hilarious. Kadyrov saying, Elon, this is what he posts on Telegram. Elon, don't pay attention to backward and uninitiated people and corrupt media. Don't get distracted by them. Trust me, Kadyrov wrote. Better to continue to create and reach new heights. Your developments are a great help to us. You're great in any case. Again, I strongly think that this is Kadyrov being like, see, we're great friends. It's like me being like, Brad Pitt, don't listen to those haters who say that you have no reason to hang out with me. Don't listen to them. You know, you're a cool guy. We're cool guys. You notice there's a lot of we, the uninitiated, those initiated into the circles of power, like me, Kadyrov. Right? Listen, again, Kadyrov holds his role because he will never pose any threat to Vladimir Putin of any kind. Like, that is that. That is the deal. That is the story. Okay, now we're going to talk about another story about a U.S. elected official who has defected to Russia. You're like, Paul, why didn't you open with this? Because it's crazy. Probably even warrants its own video, but we're doubling it up. Double time for you guys, because when it's crazy, it's crazy. But first, if you want access to some uncensored combat footage from the SVO, the front lines, including Kursk, the front lines of Russia, I can't show them on YouTube. I put them on combatvetnews.com. This is my Patreon site. If you want to support me, because you know I don't get that many sponsors, and I get to be totally independent, right? This is why I'm not, as Elon Musk calls them, legacy media. I have you guys, so I'm not beholden to any media organization or political party or anybody. And I've fired shots at just about everybody. Combat Vet News. Any one of these tiers will get you access to those uncensored combat videos. They drop twice a week. Sometimes they're as little as 48 hours old. It's really recent footage. Lieutenant tier, of course, gets you access to the weekly Q&A. You can do Qs and listen to the As. And the Colonel tier gets you the by name shoutouts. So check it out, combatvetnews.com. Anyway, guys, that's all I had for today. Thank you guys so much. A huge thank you to the members of combatvetnews.com, particularly our Colonel tier members, James Sterling, Steve Moran, Doug Beck, Alan Knudsen, Bastian Hemmerling, Yanko Georgiev, and Dale McCombs, as well as our Lieutenant tier members. I could not do this without you guys. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you all in the next one. Cheers.